It's nicely placed this time. Between Backus and Parry on the leg side. 2 more to Rose. The 50 finally comes up for England. On the board, 4 men out, but as you can see, it's taken 27 overs. Just a single there for Mike Gatting. And there's a big shout and he's gone. Gatting knows it, puts the bat under his arm, pulls off the gloves, he's on his way, and Garner has broken the stone. Little outside edge going through to wicketkeeper Murray. Gatting goes now for 15 and England 63 for 5. And the breakthrough there desperately needed by West Indies. Garner to Botham. Steered it away down to a 3rd man. Great relief for him and his supporters to see him off the mark. Full pitch there, and the shout's gone up and Rose is out. That's the 2nd time we've seen a man out with a full toss here. So the end of Brian Rose. Trouble for England at 67 now for 6, with the main contributor gone. Brian Rose out for a well-played 41.
Field changes, just pulling in 2 men deep behind square leg. Garner at long leg, and Collis King's gone down behind square. That brings Backus into short forward square leg. Now, can Botham resist the temptation to hook? No ball. Perhaps he changed the stroke there, but also perhaps the answer to my self-posed query was no, he can't resist the hook. No 3rd man. Richards managed to take some of the pace off that. Botham is 4. Yes, indeed. That's very well bowled. Lovely piece of bowling that by Joel Garner. Greenwich has dropped a few this year, but that one might mean the series for West Indies. Fielding its 2nd slip, a very good delivery that left the England captain 9 overs, 1 maiden, 3 for 13. What a performance. Chance for Peter Willey. Rare loose ball from Joel Garner. It did bring in Brian Rose's wicket a little earlier, the full toss. 4 to Willey and 80 to England.
Just 3 more runs added up to lunch. 83 for 7. England having started the morning at 20 for 4. What a disaster that was. Brian Rose out for 41. And Mike Gatting for 15. Ian Botham, the 3rd man, dismissed for 4. And all 3 of those to Joel Garner. Not out was Peter Willey. What a responsibility rested on his shoulders. And it seemed odds-on at that time that West Indies would win this 4th Cornhill Test match. They'd bowled superbly this morning, even though Colin Croft hadn't been able to take the field after the 2 overs he'd bowled. And that was due to that strained muscle in his left thigh. So the odds very much on West Indies, with Willian not there after lunch. Just 1 run added when we joined play in the 1st over. Here now is Michael Holding coming into bowl to Alan Knott, and here's Jim Laker.
And it's got through and he's gone, and the umpire's fingers up. Alan Knott goes. Disaster for Knott and for England. 84 for 8 now, with Knott out for 3. Caught behind here at the Oval. And this is the way it all ended for Alan Knott. Well, it looks as though it might have been LBW there, not caught behind. He knew precious little about that, and Willie the good sense to get up the other end. And that a real pacey delivery. Holding in this spell bowling as quick as anything we've seen from him on the tour. Holding to Dilly. 4 slips, gully, forward short leg. And it's beautifully caught round the corner. A simply magnificent catch there by the substitute. Well, there have been some great catches in this series. There's another one added to the long list of them there. Jeff Richards absolutely delighted.
Decided Bob Willis can look after Joel Garner. They won't bother with the single there. Runs and minutes available to England here. Good shot. Well, there's 3 there, I reckon. I think Willie reckons there was 3 there as well. Comes the 100 for England for the loss of 9 wickets. 18 to Willie, 2 to Willis. That board's been corrected now. It had Willis 3. Good shot. 4 runs. And that's a very valuable 4 runs. Takes Willie into the 20s, but it pushes the England lead now up to 210, just double their score, 105 for 9. And that's very sensible from Peter Willie. It's meant that Willis has to face Holding, but very sensible to take advantage of it and take the 4 runs. Greenwich, who took the one that dismissed both of them a little earlier, but did that carry?
Yes, we see that it did carry.
That's Sharpdo Bob up. He suddenly decided to let one go. Caught Big Bob unawares. Got him halfway through the duck. And has taken a nasty blow there on the elbow. Just suddenly run up a little bit quicker there and Really pounded that one in. Bob only seen it at the last minute. Short and 4 runs. It takes Peter Willey nicely onto the top score in this England innings. Under 43. Just overhauled Brian Rose, who make 41. Nobody's going to lay a hand on that one. Powered away through mid-wicket, and what a very good 50 this has been. Full marks. Everybody's congratulations to Peter Willey, who played a lone hand and saved England here today. Great performance, 50 out of a 141 score with 9 wickets down. And these two have now had the best partnership of the innings. He's battled away hard, 138 minutes, 9 fours. And his 3rd Test match 50. And that's short. Desmond Haynes giving chase. It's just going to beat him, and over the ropes for 4. Peter Willey making hay here of anything slightly off target. Works it away again to a deep square leg to bring up the 150.
That's safely away. 4 runs, a good shot from Peter Willey again.
So now to be faced with a new ball. Taken by Michael Holding, and in consequence he's gone back to the long run. So Willis to face, he slips now well covered, and he's slashed it high and wide over the top. Bob has decided, I think, with a new ball and a cluster of fielders, that it's time for a change of tactics. Slice that away, it's just one bounce, a little bit of spin from that slice shot. It's beaten Collis King, and they get a single for Bob Willis, making 2 out of that. Very pleased, happy and content to be up there as a non-striker. And again, Bob Willey won't want a second. It's a single to Peter Willey off the last ball. Fair old slash there outside the off stump by Willey. Raced away down to that Vauxhall Lane wide to slip 4 runs. So the last wicket going down at 92. Now it's on to 192. A century stand for the 10th wicket in 152 minutes. With Willis's share 21, Peter Willey on 91.
Willis and Willey will be hoping that goes for 3 rather than 4. That equals Bob Willis's highest Test score. Safe and a good shot. Smashed away over mid-off, and Willey goes to 95. 200 comes up. The lead, 305 now. That's purely academic, but can Bob Willis stay with Peter Willey now while he makes 5 more runs? Safe. And 4 runs, and Willey goes to 99. And that would have been a major tragedy had Willis been run out at the non-striker's end. And there it is. And that is a very good 100 indeed. Peter Willey, his first century in Test cricket. A fine performance, that. He came in at 67 for 6. His maiden Test 100 now.
What a great piece of batting there from Peter Willey. Fine partnership between Willey and Willis. 117 runs coming together.